In the OG Skibidi toilet, there are some episodes that genuinely bring meaning to the series and develop the plot. Also, some of them are just either interesting due to being funny or because of the intense action. In today's video, we'll look into and rank the best episodes in the series. This ranking is based on how it either grows the series or is just an epic one. Also, this ranking doesn't necessarily mean that the one mentioned above the other is outright better, or that the ones not mentioned aren't good. Every episode is peak, well, except the earlier ones, but you know what I mean, right? Okay. Let's start with number 8. Yeah, there are only 8 episodes I picked for this ranking, but anyways, it's episode 46. Now, although it is kind of strange that this random episode, I even think some of you might have forgotten it, is on this list, there is a reason. You see, the summary of this episode is simply just the TV Titan chasing after the infected speaker. Nothing much. But the main thing is this mutant that came to fight the TV in that episode. Unlike the others, this one was decently matched. And the reason is that he was made solely to counter the TV. This episode teaches us that the Skibidis aren't just mindless mutants, but are very smart, just like the cameramen. They can experiment, create, and even come up with strategies. I know some other previous episodes highlighted this, like when they used the glasses and stuff, but still, this one did it right, both with the nailed ears to counter the boombox. Yeah, although very debatable, I think this one was worth mentioning. Okay, number 7, episode 50. This episode was mentioned not necessarily because of how it improves the story, but because of how epic it was. In this episode, the Skibidis already had their way and attempted, or rather, really attacked, the camera's base, and we actually, for the first time, saw where these cameras are camping. Yeah, I know we kind of saw it in episode 23, but this one showed the outer view of it. We saw how they really tried protecting it until the upgraded camera Titan came in. Now, I'm not your regular Titan cameraman fan, but still, at that time, this level of animation in the series was peak, and the camera Titan fight was kind of smooth, not gonna lie. At the end, he just gave them a thumbs up and flew off to continue his job. Number 6, episode 66. To be honest, this episode is quite similar to episode 50 when it comes to impact, as both of them were crazy good when it comes to animation. I remember when episode 66 dropped, and almost everyone, including myself, was saying it was a peak episode. The increase in quality was huge, which showed us that, yeah, Dafuk Boom is really improving. Also, this was the episode where they were on their way to the Skibidis' base. Not much really happened, but I liked the way something just came upon them, and they all started running and doing stuff. Then, they got ambushed, but still somehow managed to escape. Oh, and yeah, we got a glimpse of our TV Titan once again, but like I said, the story was relatively decent, but what made it super cool was the animation. Number 5, episode 57. We all know this episode, where the camera Titan fought against the infected speaker Titan, but not only that, he was then attacked by G-Man and the Strider, but we'll get to that. Now, this battle wasn't really a crazy one. Like, it was pretty good, but it was simply just the upgraded camera bullying the speaker. Jimmy then came in, but also got humbled as well. And as for the Strider, well, this is what happened. You could argue this, but although it doesn't seem like it, this is actually one of the best fights in the entire show, and I think it's actually the best up until episode 67. But the battle this time isn't the only thing I'm considering from this episode. There's a lot of either character development or just inner character moments to it. For example, this was the same episode where our Plunger Man got severely injured, hence setting the stage for him to get improvements. Also, our simp cameraman. Yeah, you know what happened to him, right? And this adds a layer of sympathy to the episode. Most of all, our cured speaker Titan felt really bad for all that he's done, which was very wholesome. He even just flew out of anger, and we later found out he went to get revenge on the Skibidis for making him do all those bad things to his comrades. So yeah, it's a pretty good episode that created a way for our characters to improve, which makes it a very important piece in the Skibidi series. The next one is episode 1, and yeah, how could you not include what gave birth to the entire story in the first place? Now, this episode isn't the best. Like, it's just literally a head singing out of a toilet, and I don't really know what to say. But the fact that this is the reason for this entire show, yeah, it definitely makes it one of the best episodes in the series. The next one is actually one of my favorites, and that is episode 70. Now, we all know a lot happened in this episode. I mean, for starters, we got to see the cameramen with toilet roll grenades. That was sick, not gonna lie. Also, in this facility, there were human bodies which indicate what we all know today, that the Skibidi toilet thingy were once human, or rather, the cameramen. I'm quite confused, to be honest. Either way, you know what I mean. Also, we got to see new technologies and stuff, the return of our DJ toilet, and the epic showing of the speaker Titan. Yeah, a lot really did happen. However, one of the most important important moments was the Astro appearance, and we even saw that they could talk, which was actually the first time we've ever heard someone speak in the entire show. So yeah, it was packed with both interesting details, plot development materials, epic battles, and dang, the animation was really smooth. It takes third place. Number 2, episode 73. Now, how do I even explain this one? This was the episode where we saw the truth about most of the things in the series, and best of all, this hot baddie camera woman. Okay, I'm just kidding. The episode shows a lot of flashback screens, but with the point of view of camera woman. But then suddenly, we get introduced to this, facility or something like that, and apparently, this shows that the cameras used to be human, and they got into this just to stop the widespread Skibidi virus. I don't know if I'm getting the lore correctly, so let me know in the comments. But yes, only at the start of the episode, we are already getting fed all this juicy information and facts about the series, which is very cool. However, it doesn't end there. After that, we got to witness a huge showdown of our Titans versus Jimmy. And although this fight isn't the best in the show, it had some genuine goofy moments, like the Speaker Titan getting infected again, our TV boy diving like a superhero, Jimmy giving the Speaker Titan backshots, and Jimmy flexing his unlimited plot armor. Yeah, I mean, he even said it himself that he would survive. Like, that's crazy. We already had suspicions that he had such a power, but yeah, in this episode, he boldly just exposes himself. Also, yeah, this moment of our TV Titan getting angry was hilarious. Did I forget this scene? Yeah, peak, right? Overall, this episode was filled with lore, a hot chick, epic scenes, goofy ones, and a pretty decent fight. But yeah, before I talk about number 1, I want to point out something, and that's the G-Man saying for scientist. Like, who cares? I know he's trying to copy the camera Titan cold for Plunger moment, but unlike Plunger, no one cares about this scientist dude. I mean, I even liked his death. Anyways, I guess I've got that one off my chest. Let's continue. Number 1, episode 77. Now, for starters, this episode comprises 4 parts, all of which have good details and battles. In the first part, we got to witness the Skibidis and agents forming an alliance, since there is now a bigger threat, which is wholesome, seeing that 2 enemies for almost the entire time had no other option but to combine their forces to battle a bigger enemy. And dang, I'll give credit to this guy's riz. I think 30% of the agents accepting was because of it. I even got turned up too. Anyways, I'm just kidding. In the second part, we got introduced to new characters. Yeah, the ones to potentially replace our OG special agents. They are pretty decent, not gonna lie. The next was our TV Titans battle against the Astos, and then the TV versus the Juggernaut. Yeah, this battle was crazy cool. It was brutal, but the animation and sounds just added more life to it. Also, we got to see Jimmy again in this episode and how he came to save our TV Titan, which, yeah, if you recall, the TV was the one that wanted to kill him. So now, him saving the TV was wholesome and would kind of make the Titans trust the toilets more. Cause yeah, they can't just accept my man after all that he's done. So yeah, this episode has all the juicy things that make the show interesting. Plus, the improvement in animation as well is another thing to consider. I should have added the full episode details, but we know what happened, and I don't really know if there would be any changes when it gets re-uploaded. So yeah, we'll leave it at that. Like I said, this doesn't make the above episodes outright better than the others. It's just that it has everything that keeps the story going, or is just really entertaining. But what do you think? Do you think there are better episodes I should have talked about? Let us know in the comments. But for now, check out this video to see what would happen if only the camera race existed in the Skibidi Toilet series. Don't be shy, go check it out.